Welcome to the Delaware Mortgage Rate Weekly Mortgage Market Update for the week of March 29, 2014. Hello, I'm John Thomas with Primary Residential Mortgage, here to give you your update. Well, last week was not kind to mortgage rates. Mortgage rates did spike higher. If you look at the bond chart on the screen, you can see Wednesday, giant red candle. The bond sold off after the Fed statement was released and mortgage rates spiked higher. We were able to hammer out a level of resistance that you could see there on Thursday and Friday. So we're going to recommend cautiously floating your Delaware mortgage rate to start the week to see if we can bounce higher from that big sell-off, because we look like we're ripe for a bounce off of support. So cautiously float your Delaware mortgage rate. So let's dig in to see what happened on Wednesday. The Federal Reserve released their policy statement, and they basically said they're going to continue their tapering of their asset purchase program. Currently, they're purchasing $65 billion a month of treasuries and mortgage bonds. They're cutting that by $10 billion again to $55 billion in April. Their goal is to keep cutting by $10 billion every time they meet and to be done by the end of the year. So mortgage rates at the end of 2014 are going to move higher as the Feds pull back from buying mortgage bonds. We're predicting they're going to be in the low to mid fives by the end of the year. So if you're looking to buy, the sooner, the better. The other thing that was in the statement was they mentioned that 6.5%, which has always been a target for unemployment, to once we get below that, to raise the Fed funds rate. They took that language out of their policy statement, indicating it could be done sooner. That spooked stocks and bonds, and both sold off on Wednesday. So we'll have to watch, see how that goes. And then the weekly initial jobless claims came out on Thursday. Claims moved higher by 5,000 claims, up to 320,000 claims for the week. We're hanging around the lows we've seen in November 2013, but we've got to get weekly initial jobs claims below 300,000 in order to see a meaningful recovery in the labor market. Had a bunch of reports in housing last week, so let's dig into that. February 2014 existing home sales actually dropped 7.3% from the previous February. They're also down 0.4% from January. Came in at 4.6 million units sold for existing home sales. Now, the National Association of Realtors is blaming the drop in January and February on the harsh winter weather. So as we move into spring and the weather gets better, we should see existing home sales go back up. If they don't, that's going to signal a bigger slowdown than expected in housing. So we need to carefully watch that. And then piggybacking on that, housing starts for February 2014. They dropped for the third straight month in a row, only came out at 907,000 units. And that's a measure of new homes that builders started building. So again, harsh winter weather is being blamed for the slowdown in housing starts. So as we move into warm weather, that should tick up, which may be true because we saw building permits actually surge higher, 7.5% for February. And that's builders applying for permits for future construction. So we should see those building permits turn into housing starts coming into the spring as the weather warms up, and that would be a good indication of the housing market recovering from the harsh winter weather. And then the National Association of Home Builders Market Index came out at 47. That anything below 50 is showing more builders have a poor outlook than a positive outlook. So that wasn't great news from the builders' perspective. Now, in the local news, the next free first-time homebuyer seminar is coming up, and that is going to be April 12th. And that's in Dover, Delaware. That's a Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon at the Holiday Inn right there on Route 13. And then the next one in Newark is April 19th. That's a Saturday, and that's from 10 a.m. to noon at the Hilton Hotel. You can register for either one of those by giving us a call in the office, 302-703-0727, or you can register online, www.delawarehomebuyerSeminar.com. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.